Hello, citizens and UEMC miners. Stim and Rockseeker here. We're back. And Stim is very curious to say what I wanted to mention when we ended the last episode. So, what I was thinking while we were talking the last time is okay, we're talking about setting those outposts there on planets and moons, but what about if we put them on an asteroid? Let's say you find a large asteroid there in space, an asteroid belt, and you say, you know what? I'm gonna put it there. But
I
there's no
like that idea.
gravity. But the ship, well, the ship can bring it there. You can put the ship next to it, and they're large enough. You can just basically go ahead. Can you put it there? There's no gravity.
It's a really good
And
question.
yeah, and even more than that, what if you build it somewhere or you inside? I don't know, maybe closed. Maybe I don't know if when it's closed you can build or it has to be open. But let's say it's open. But can you just build it in space? Can you have it float there in space? I don't think so. I
Oh,
don't think it's going to be floating in space. I think they're probably going to come up with another big civilian building ship, but something for
sure.
building space stations. So
But
there's
before you dive into that, let's talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
can
sorry.
you build on an asteroid? I think you'll have to land the Pioneer in order to build. So I,
Yeah.
I think that's the first thing.
So
So
you're going to need
you'll,
gravity.
well, that's a good question. Space stations don't have gravity, but you can land on them. Do you need to have a landing pad? So maybe you need some gravity, but very, very small.
Yeah, and is there a moon too small? Because right now, like it's all the same gravity everywhere, right?
Hmm.
But where right now it's only in station, so it's artificial gravity. But from the video we saw, whether you're on a moon or a planet, whether you're walking on Crusader or the video we saw on Daymar, it seems to be always the same gravity. But the truth is that eventually they're gonna start tweaking that number. It's not gonna be 1G. It's gonna be like 0.5G, zero point 0.6G,
Yeah, and
1.3
they've already
G,
done
and
that. They've already done that. So we've seen that in ATVs,
I haven't
where
seen that
they're
one. I'm gonna have
jumping.
to go back
Oh,
and see
they're
that.
jumping and they kind of go through the air until they
Oh
until they
yeah, yeah,
land
yeah. I
before
saw that
the
one.
whole sort of
That I
yeah.
saw. Yeah.
So it's questionable from a lore perspective. I mean, Grimhex, that's a station which is kind of like a big outpost. Uh, it's a miner's outpost with kind of like the whole hotel kind of idea. So I think that could be done with an asteroid. We'll just have to see whether or not it's the outpost builder, i.e., the Pioneer, that allows us to do that, or if there's going to be another ship that can do
The
truck
next game
stops as well as space
changer.
stations.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the next big game changer. Building your own space station. Well,
I don't know.
so
I
that's
wouldn't call it a game changer. I'd call it an augmentation to the
yeah,
current
game
game changer.
augmentation, whatever. But yeah, that's good. Well, that's what I'm looking for. So right now, yes, I do have the Pioneer, but it's not my intention to keep it. It most likely, unless when it comes out flight ready, it's awesome, and I say, okay, that's it. I'm just putting officially putting the 850 to keep it. But
Well, you know what?
the
For
one I'm
me,
really
it's going to
looking
be
for
about
is something to
hauling.
build space station.
Well, okay, so let's talk about the space station real quick.
Yep.
For me, it's one thing first. For me, it's going to be about hauling. So I'm really worried because when it comes to the Pioneer, I think building and construction can be a full time gameplay on its own. So where are we going to fit that in if I want to do my space trucking?
Yeah,
Then
especially that. Yeah, so you're really set up to be hauling.
that's right. That's right. So I may end up loaning it to the UEMC management to do what they want to do. I mean, we'll have to see how that plays out. But this whole space station side of things, we're going to need those orbital stations, just like the one we saw in Grimhex. Sorry, no, in the ArcCorp keynote presentation,
That
which
I
you haven't
haven't
seen
seen.
yet,
Yeah.
which is amazing, by the way. So I can't wait for you to see
Yeah.
it
Well,
and then
by the
chat
time
about it.
this gonna air, I'm gonna have seen it. But yeah. So.
Yeah, perfect. But it is that whole station. Like you've seen the way that they're building when they flew. but you didn't see it. Anyway,
But
they
that's
took
fine.
an
Go ahead.
8-minute pause to talk about some of the tools, and they went through the city editor tool while they were quantuming between ArcCorp and Hurston, which is something you still need to see. So while that was happening, they kind of went picture in picture with that, and then they did a demo, and Sean Tracy came out and he spoke about the city editor tool. And it's a lot like SimCity is, where you put in your industrial, your commercial, your residential areas, and then you build out the levels, and then you turn it on, and it just populates the entire thing with street signs and AI and everything that's needed in order for that residential area or that commercial area to work. It just builds the whole thing.
But they
Then
don't.
they went
They
on.
don't have any choice, right? And people have been complaining. Well, few people, not that many, about it's taking so long and so on. But there's a lot of work to do. It's really like building, like downtown right now in Montreal. There's several towers just going up, but basically they're going to be working on that whole for months. But then when it start going up, it goes up fast. Like every day, like or every week, there's a few floors added, and it just go up and up and up and up and up and up. So, but it takes a while that they're just working in the foundation, and that's what CIG's been doing.
Well, what you'll see when it comes to the building with these tools is after they put in what the type of area is going to be like, and then they put in a special seed generator. They end up clicking go, and then you watch it, and over a matter of, let's say, a minute, it actually builds all of the pieces that makes that, not the outpost, this is now talking about buildings or floor plans. And they showed us how that worked with the city level as well. And the scattering tech that you've seen for rocks and probably flora that they're going to have on the planet, they do the same thing with cities, or at least on ArcCorp.
And
so
and
you'll
with
see those sprawling
NPCs in
city
there
effect.
and everything.
Everything, it's got it all, right? It's all built in.
Yeah,
It's
that's going to be
really,
awesome.
really clever. Yeah. So the question is, when we go to build a station, are we going to be able to build a station that has NPCs in it? And then that'll come with a certain monthly cost, because those NPCs will need jobs.
One example they were giving in the panel is that you can set up an outpost. Let's say whatever it is. In our case, let's say it's a mining outpost or refining outpost. And you can put NPCs there assigned to refining the stuff or even
Perfect.
mining. I don't know how evolved they're going to be, but basically
They'll be
put
extractors,
NPCs.
right? So maybe they'll be involved in that process.
Yeah, so you have the extractors, and they just go back and forth. Their job is emptying the extractor, bringing it to the refinery, and some people at the refinery, and then put it in storage. And basically they're saying you're going to be able to leave them there, and once in a while come back and have a look at how things are going, maybe empty the storage to make room for the new stuff they're producing, and just bring it away. So it's going to be a whole, there's so many different type of gameplay that we'll be able to do. So
it's amazing, because I played EVE Online, and when they first came out with the Planet Tech, and you could build extractors. It was a very, very dumbed down version of what we're talking about here. So it makes sense. You can see the nodes of you're extracting a mineral here. That's going to go to a refinery. You then refine it. It goes to a depot, or then goes to a launch pad, where it's launched up to sort of the customs house, so you can come with a ship to pick it up. So that was the basic mechanic flow you'd have in EVE Online. You'd also have the ability to put in inputs for processing, etc. But you didn't have AI NPCs are walking around operating things.
Yeah.
You didn't have to defend it.
So it's going to be very interesting.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So basically, worlds await there. It's going to be awesome. So we both agree that eventually, though, they might end up with another big capital civilian ship, something to build space station.
I think so.
And I'm sure by now, probably, I haven't looked recently on the list of orgs, but I'm sure there's probably new orgs already starting to be building orgs. Construction.
How are we doing
orgs.
for time?
Yeah.
We've got one more thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Should we save it for the next video?
Yeah, I guess. So, I'm gonna have to twist your arm to record it right now while we're here.
I'll do it.
So I'm just gonna push you a bit back.
It's okay.
Push your time, but that's good. So, guys,
It's worth it for the UEMC.
now it's Stim's turn to have a surprise for us. So stick around, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Take care.
Bye for now.
Oops, wrong key. I just crouched. Okay, that's it. Bye. Take care.
Bye for now.